My name is Jose Alfaro, and I am a hairstylist here in Boston, Massachusetts, and I am also a human trafficking survivor. I advocate for the LGBTQ plus community, but also spreading awareness on how this happens to males specifically. My goals are to get published one day. My book is titled, as of now, Gay Crazy Sane. And I titled it that because I think that it represents my entire life, from childhood to today. I do believe that you have to hear the ugly that comes with trafficking. So I do share a lot of the traumatic events, but I also add a lot of positive parts of my life that helped me get through all of it and how I was able to get through the trauma and move forward with my life. I was very feminine as a child, and anytime I expressed who I was or how I felt, my father would basically punish me. And so my whole life and in school, I constantly was checking myself, making sure I'm not behaving in a way that's considered inappropriate. I dated a guy when I was 15. My parents went through my phone and they realized that I was having a relationship with this guy. And so my parents, their reaction was, how are we gonna fix you? And they moved me to San Antonio, Texas. That's when I kind of realized that gay is fine. And when I came back home that summer, my father confronted me and he said, so you're good now. You've changed, you're fixed. And I was like, no, this is who I am. He said, you need to get out of my house. And at that time, I met a 36-year-old man. I moved in with him and he would sexually abuse me 5-6 times a day. And I almost felt like I owed him that. There were many moments where pornography was involved. The pornography was definitely there as a grooming tool, and it was there to make me feel more comfortable doing things that he wanted to try out. After a while, I started to think that this is what a relationship is supposed to be like. I thought, if you love me, you'll have sex with me all the time. But if you don't love me, then you're gonna go looking for it elsewhere. So the 36-year-old was having sex with other teenage boys, and I was angry. And from there, he said, you are not my boyfriend, you are my roommate. The next day, I called my parents and I said, please come and pick me up. But they didn't know that I was in the hands of a pedophile at the time. So they came to pick me up, and within a week, my father kicked me out again. I went online, and this is where I met my trafficker. And he says, I feel really bad for you. I want to help you. And he said, I run a massage business and I would love for you to work under me. The problem is that you're not 18 years old, so you can't get a license. If anyone asks, which I don't think they will, you have to tell them that you're 18 years old. Nowhere in the discussion was it that we would be nude. None of that came to mind, and he never said it to me. And when it came time to the first client, I remember walking in and the client was on the table completely naked, and then the door shuts behind me and the guy who trafficked me locks it. And I then began to feel a little uncomfortable. Here I am in a room with 2 adult men. What am I gonna do if I wanna leave? And then he starts to remove his clothing. And I remembered he said to me, just do as I do. And eventually the client began to fondle me time went on, the massages got more and more aggressive. And it got to a point to where the last massage that I ever did was so aggressive, where I got raped, and I was like, I have to get out of here. I have to find a way to get out of here because I can't keep doing this and I don't feel comfortable. And that's how I started to plan my escape from him. So I packed a small bag and I left while he was sleeping, and I never saw him again after that. I felt like I would never find happiness for a long time. And I think that had a lot to do with being uncomfortable in my own skin. And I think it took a long time for me to realize that it wasn't who was going to love me, but would I ever love myself? And once I realized that, I had to figure out how I was going to love myself. And I love myself. And I love what I do. And I love my life. I love my partner. And I wouldn't have it any other way.